What's up, YouTube Nation? Today we're going to replace the window regulator on a 2013 Honda Civic 4-door with power windows. So the problem happened a week ago. The window stopped working, however the motor runs. So we've diagnosed the problem. It is the regulator, and we're going to replace it. So we ordered the part from our local store, which is we have a choice of O'Reilly's, Advanced Auto Parts, and AutoZone. That's pretty much our three choices. Anyways, this is a Dorman. It's an OE, so it's as close as you can get. Window regulator. It is number 752-743. It's the part number. And this is our part. Looks like a giant X. And I did actually observe when I took the door off, I observed the this was not catching and moving, and so I think that was just another sign that it was broke. Let's get to it. So today we have our special handy assistant, Dr. Haley Isabella, and she's a doctor of everything. People, cars, pets, right? So let's get to it. You ready to fix this car? Yeah, we have our plastic like little chisel thing. I have a flathead screwdriver, and we have our screw gun. The door panel's held in by one screw, that's it. We just have to remove the one screw, and then we're going to use this plastic piece here to pry open the door panel away from the door. And this just helps prevent any damage to the door. And there it is. Comes off just like that. Okay. So then you want to take off the electrical inserts here. These just clip out. You have to depress. See? Pops out. The same thing for this one. This one has a locking mechanism to help keep it in. It's plastic, so you just pull that out. And here we could use this. What? That just pulls open, and voila. Our next step is this screw that's right here, and that's where Dr. Haley Isabella comes into place. All right, Haley, we want to take that screw off right there. Okay? Can you do it? Come over here. We have to let them see. Let's put it in there. There you go. Go. All the way. There it is. That's it. Oh no, we lost the screw in the door panel. So the next step, we want to get underneath here, and we want to pop this door panel off. Again, we're going to use our little plastic shiv here. There's a spot underneath the door panel here, and we want to get our plastic piece here and just pry it open. There it is. Just like that, the door comes off. It's like one giant piece. Next step is to remove this plastic sound barrier piece that's here. It's got an adhesive that goes all the way around. It's pretty sticky, but we want to remove that.
Hello.
Let's take it off. Okay. You're just going to pop the wires through here in the pre-cut slits that are already here. I'm going to take this and I'm just going to put it up and over the door. So we shouldn't have to do anything else to it. There's also another clip here. As you can see how this runs across. Make sure you don't hit it or anything like that. But it connects to this 3-piece part here of the other part of the electrical. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the power to the motor. Slides off just like that. So now there should be no power at all, and you can double check that by reinserting the power cables. See, that's for unlocking and locking the car, but as far as the window goes, see, no sound, no nothing. And so now we've disabled the power. Right out. So the next step is we have to remove these bolts that are holding the regulator in place. Make sure we identify the bolts. We have several we have to remove. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 that we have to remove in order to get to the actuator. Then not including the one here that's holding the glass in place, and the second one that's behind the door panel here that's holding the glass in place. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start with this bolt here. We're going to remove it to 10 millimeter. If your dad taught you this like he taught me, you'll remember this. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. Another handy tip that my dad taught me is always have something to put your bolts and your screws and your nuts in. You want to do this? Okay. Turn it. Yep. Turn it. Now bring it back. Yep. Bring it back. Now start again. No, this way. Yep. There you go. Good job. Alright guys, so the next step now is to remove the regulator from the door. And just like that, it's done. What appears to be broken on the regulator, this part here, somehow this part completely came off of its track, and that's why it didn't work anymore. That's the problem. So here's the new regulator and the old regulator. If you can see on the back side, it's still in its track. If you can notice right here versus here. The next thing we're going to do is we've got to remove the motor from the regulator. It has 3 special screws. They're like the star type screws. So we definitely want to use our star tip, and let's do it. You want to hold it down in place. So now let's perform the transfer. You can see the cog here, which has it's already lubricated. We have our 3 screws, and we want to line it up. We want to make sure that we get it onto the teeth. So let's just put it on and shake it a little. Make sure it's sticking, and there we go. It's on. And there we go. The transfer is complete, and it's on. Alright guys, just to double check to make sure that the issue is fixed, what we're going to do is we're going to pre-test it first before we put the whole thing back together. So what we want to do is we want to plug in the power back in, which is this piece right here. Okay. Prop that up. Then we're going to go ahead and plug the power back in on here. Alright, so now that we have power to the car, we want to do a quick little test and see. So I'm going to test the other side of the car window first to make sure we do have adequate power. So we have power. Okay. Now once I press this button, this should start moving. See that? Now we have a working regulator and window. So the way this is going to go back in the door, okay, it would look just like this. Okay, so this piece is a support bracket that goes in the middle. This is the piece that's going to actually hold the window itself. And then the regulator with the motor goes right here on this portion. So now we need to slide this in here. And this is where you need your helper again to hold the window up. So you're going to hold it. Whoops.
I got it.
Yeah, just hold the window if you can like that.
Yeah.
And then we're going to hold this right. Can you bring it down some? Bring it down some. Bring it down right. So next thing is we're gonna fit this in now, which is the tricky part. So something else that took me a few minutes to figure out. So this piece is very flexible, okay? Well, it was facing this way. So when I put it in, it wasn't gonna work. So make sure that you have this properly facing the correct way. So when it goes in, these 4 holes will line up with the 4 holes holding it in place. And then you can plug your the motor in. Also, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to run this down so that the motor is situated where it should be, right here. And then that way, we have the proper placement of the regulator. So we know that this is gonna go in like this, but we need to get this in place. There we go. And that's how it should be. Just like that. Alright guys, so we've got the window in the tracks. There's a track here and a track here. You want to make sure you have the window in the tracks. We've secured it here. We have to secure it here now. So we're going to move this up a little. I've plugged everything back in. Let's see if we can get it right there. Hold on one second. All right, now that we've got everything tightened up, let's go ahead and do a full test. So we're gonna bring this sheet over. Let's see if it works. That's how an amateur and his 2-year-old daughter do it. And it works. The last thing we want to make sure is that all the nuts, bolts, and screws are nice and tight. So we're gonna do a double check on that. So you know you're done when your bucket full of nuts, screws, and bolts is empty. There we go. Last thing that we will have to do. So the last thing we're gonna have is this little screw here that holds in the door panel. So once we put everything back together, Dr. Isabella here is gonna put the screw in. So we wanna put everything back together the way it was, as if it had never been taken off. So there we go. The adhesive is strong enough to re-glue itself, so you shouldn't have to worry about that. Just make sure it's on all the way around. All right. So we have that. Everything's back in place as far as that goes. Next step, let's put the door panel back on. So we get our door panel. You want to put it top first. If you notice, it's got an edge here, a hook edge that slides onto right here. Just make sure that's in. Make sure your wires are up here for the handle. That goes down. And then we use our mallet hammer. If you don't have a soft mallet hammer, you could definitely put this in with your hands. Dr. Haley?
What?
it's your turn. So we're almost finished. Now it's time for the very last screw to go in place. So, yeah, we want to put it, goes right here. Okay. Hold on. And go. That's it. Doors in place. Can you give me that piece, my helper? Yes. Thank you. So the last piece we want to put on is the electronic component.
A handle.
Yeah. Okay, put it down. Put it down. Okay. So we want to put in this piece and make sure it locks so that it doesn't come out and it's secure. Put this piece on, and this just slides on like this. You want to put the end in first. Slides under the armrest, then straight down and just snap it back. All right. Hey guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks to other YouTubers with older videos that helped me in understanding how to take the door apart and replacing older type model stuff. This is the 2013 Honda Civic LEX 4-door with power windows. And Dr. Isabella helped Daddy fix the door, right? So tell everyone, say subscribe, like, and thank you for watching. Thank you for watching, guys. Please hit a like on this video if it helps you at all. And that's it. Take care. Till the next video, unfortunately.